So if you're limited on budget and time, what would you focus on in HR? Like, what would be the main thing? So let's just assume that you have a payroll system and you're making payroll already. Like, you've got employees and you're doing it. The thing I would turn my attention to is having a handbook, is having all your policies and procedures and everything laid out, like vacations, everything. Your handbook is almost the Bible of all the stuff related to your employment at your workplace. And the reason you want this is because it sets all the rules and guidelines for your employees, and it really will help you, because if you do have to make any employment changes or terminations, this really can be referred back to, and each employee accepts that they understand the outline of the handbook. So that's where I would really stress on having that done. Secondly, what I would focus on is your onboarding and termination procedures. Really get those dialed in. And the reason I say this is because your onboarding, you finally got the person, you've attracted them. Their first impression of you is how you onboard them, how you get them ready within your organization. There's a larger number of people that drop off after the first couple of weeks because they're onboarding with disarray, they didn't feel aligned with the company, and they just felt out of sorts. The second is your termination. When you let someone go or go through that process, you really have to know what you're doing and follow the documentation and have a process that you follow every single time. This prevents discrimination, but it also shows that you have a process, you have procedures, and you can follow them, and try and document it as much as possible. Remember, when you're terminating someone or getting ready to do it, more documentation is better. Having a set procedure so it's the same every single time will really help protect you against potential lawsuits. It's not invincible against them, but having that documentation and following that procedure will definitely minimize the risk of having that potential lawsuit from an employee.